players and from the association. So we'll see. We go to the bottom half of the third inning with the Dodgers at the plate here, and we start to see substitutions, obviously, as we get some of the starting pitchers out of there. Lima will get an opportunity to get an at-bat as he worked the last inning, got a couple of strikeouts and retired the side in order. Jeremy Griffiths, another one of the pitchers working for that final spot in the Mets rotation, is on the mound now. As Heilman has come out of there, he walked one, struck out two, and gave up no runs on 2 hits in 2 innings.
And I think you'll see that time and time again with pitchers that are competing against each other, like Griffiths and like Heilman. They'll pitch on the same day, and what they're doing is Art Howe wants to see how they handle the same batters in the same type of ball game, and I would imagine that in the next ball game that they have, maybe it's Griffiths that starts the ball game and Heilman comes in second.
Yep.
But I can tell you this right now, when you come into the ball game and you walk Jose Lima, that ain't looking good.
That is not good. Jose Lima's on at first base. We go to the top of the order. Charging at third, Wigginton, as Roberts showed bunt. Dave Roberts, center fielder for the Dodgers, grounded out his first time up. Runner on, 3-0 lead for the Mets, 3-5-0 for the Mets. The Dodgers 0-2-0. Wigginton at third base still in. Griffith's pitch is way up high.
I really believe that if the Dodgers can keep Roberts healthy all year long, and whatever that takes for Jim Tracy to keep him healthy, sit him down against left-handers, use him only sometimes again, or sit him down against a tough left-hander, whatever it is, make sure that his legs are healthy, because this guy is going to be a huge key for this offense.
Roberts at the plate now facing Griffiths, the 26-year-old. He's from Ohio, Avon, Ohio. Griffiths last year was voted the MVP of his team in the International League for the New York Mets, and he led the International League with an ERA of 2.74. Griffiths pitched for the Mets last year, first time major league action, 9 games, 6 as a starter, and went 1-4. And he is one of the many involved for that rotation spot, number 5.
The toughest problem that you have as a young player coming into big league camp, wanting to be able to make a club, is you want to be Mike Piazza right off the bat.
Popped up short. In place, McEwing. He's got it. Roberts is out.
You want to be a guy that gets to make sure that your shoes are shined the right way. You want to make sure you have a bunch of shirts in your locker. You want to talk to the media. You get caught up in that big league atmosphere, and you forget about why you're here, and the reason you're here is to make the team.
It is so easy to do for a young player, and especially a pitcher who's received the attention Griffiths has had. It's Torres, the 24-year-old shortstop of the Dodgers, who last year ended up with a .251 batting average. He is among that very large group in this day and age of outstanding defensive shortstops. As Torres takes it away, he is exciting to watch. 2-0 count, and going to get a little visit to the mound here, as Griffiths has thrown a lot of pitches way up. Kyle Peterson is down on the field somewhere. I'm looking for you, Kyle. Where are you?
We're hiding down in the bullpen. I've got Aaron Heilman. Aaron, nice first outing. Is it nice to get this first one here in the spring out of the way?
Definitely. You know, the first one is usually the biggest.
You know, obviously you're fighting for a spot here. You were in a similar situation last year. What did you learn last year that maybe will help you in the same situation this year?
I think just getting the experience and knowing what to expect and how to approach the hitters is a big advantage.
Talk about this ball club and the pitching staff in general, guys like John Franco, David Weathers. What have those guys done to help you feel like you belong in the big league so far?
You know, our staff is great. They've gone out of their way to, make us young guys feel like, we're a part of the team and we belong, and, their information is
Man, close it up.
You can see the change in his delivery after Peterson went out there. I mean, he's what we used to call picking up rocks with that follow through all the way down with that pitching hand to the mound to make sure he closes that shoulder. Slings that one outside, though, on a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
This is the toughest part about trying to make a ball club, where you may pitch very well in the International League, but you're facing big leaguers now. You're starting to realize your childhood dream, and getting out there and trying to make an adjustment with your heart beating this fast, it's pretty tough.
That's 14 pitches out of the strike zone and 3 in for Griffiths coming on this inning to pitch. And he's clearly struggling with the strike zone right now and with his delivery.
Well, this is the point in time as a young pitcher where you just need to step off the mound and kind of gather your thoughts a little bit and get the ball over the plate. You've got to make them swing the bat.
Beltre drew a walk his first time up, rips that one into left field. Lima, the pitcher, makes a turn. They'll hold him up. Don't want any injuries here. Probably wouldn't have made it anyway as Floyd gets it back in. So Beltre is on with a base hit, and Green's going to come up with the sacks full. A little hug at first base. So Beltre on with a single. He knew what was coming there, and that's what happens when you get behind hitters, obviously. He just set on a fastball. So Art Howe taking a look at Griffiths here, and right now a struggle for the young starter.
And in this situation for Griffiths, this could be a very big situation for him right here facing Shawn Green. He can either go from the GOAT and give up a long ball to Shawn Green, or he can buckle his belt a little bit tighter, get the ball down in the strike zone and get a ground ball up the middle. It may look really bad, but if he can get a ground ball to one of these guys in the middle, he can get a double play and get out of this thing and wipe his brow.
That's what he's going to try and do against Shawn Green, who takes it down low for a ball. Green delivered a single. His first time up. The Mets leading 3-0, but the Dodgers now have loaded the bases with 1 down. Infield at double play depth. Mets squeeze it a little bit. McEwing moving over towards second base. And Reyes, the second baseman, has moved over to second, so they play Green to hit grounders up the middle. Takes that fastball in the inside corner for a strike, 1-1.
And you see those last 2 pitches from Griffiths were down in the strike zone, and that's where he's successful. He's got a sinker, likes to use that sinker down in the strike zone, and his ball really doesn't run a lot. It sinks. It goes almost straight down. That makes you hit the ball down into the ground.
Green waiting, staying inside on him. That one is going to miss, though, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Shawn Green with the sacks full last year, 19 home runs, falling off from 42 that he had hit the year before with the Dodgers. Green's RBI output went from 114 in 2002. That one down the line, left field near the pole, fair ball, bounces over the fence, ground rule double, 2 runs in. So Green gets the ground rule double, and the Dodgers are on the board. He's 2 for 2 now with a double and a single. As Lima, and it's Torres will cross. Beltre has to stay at third.
You can see as Shawn Green hits this ball, he keeps his head right on the ball, not trying to do too much with it. And that just shows you a veteran hitter. He's not trying to hit the ball to the moon. All he's trying to do is get those runs in and not strike out, keep the ball off the ground in the middle. Worst case scenario, get the ball in the air to the outfield and get the run home from third base.
Talking about our RBIs dropped from 114 to 85. Those are the kind of hits that he's going to be looking for this year, as he gets 2 RBIs there. And now with 1 away, Dodgers have runner at second and third, as Griffiths has given up 2 walks, a single and a double to 5 Dodger hitters. And that's taken for a strike by LaDuca, who flied to left his first time up.
In all fairness, last year to Shawn Green, if he's the only hitter in the lineup that you have to face, that you have any fear about at all, he's not going to be able to put up those productive numbers as he has in the past. He needs somebody else in that lineup that can give him some semblance of protection.
LaDuca ready. Thought about it. Off-speed delivery that misses up high, and a 1 ball 1 strike count.
I mean, even as good a hitter as Paul LaDuca is, I would much rather face LaDuca than I would Shawn Green. Shawn Green can hit the ball out of the ballpark at any time, at any moment, and LaDuca is more of a doubles hitter or a singles hitter.
Shawn Green has gotten his day's work in. That ball is taken down low, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Most of these hitters in the early spring training games, the starters will generally play for a couple of innings, get a couple of at-bats, and then they'll come out of there, and the pitchers will work no more than 2 innings, a lot of them just 1. Ooh, Griffiths hitting. Boy, this is not what the youngster for the Mets had hoped for, as that'll load him up again. And it gets tougher. Encarnacion coming up. And Jeffy's just all over the place.
Well, this is a situation with Art Howe and Rick Peterson where unless he's gone way beyond his pitch limit, you've got to leave him out there and see if he can gather himself and put it together. There's a lot more pressure that goes on in a big league ball game than there is here today in this spring training game on day one.
James Loney's the one who came in for the Dodgers. He's out there at second base now. The base is loaded. Encarnacion. Let's listen to Vance Wilson, who's wearing a mic. You saw him immediately step between the pitcher and the hitter just in case. That one blew down the right field line. That's going to be a problem. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Beltre scores. Loney will score. 2 more runs in. Dodgers take a 4-3 lead, and Juan Encarnacion has delivered a 2 RBI double. And for Griffiths, it's like, oh man, we got to hit it, at least smack it somewhere. And that'll bring Art Howe, the Mets manager, up. Tommy Lasorda didn't mind it.
You've got to believe that it's going through Griffith's mind that he just watched his competition come out and pitch very well. He comes into the ball game and can't even get through 1 inning. It's tough in spring training, but it is the first day, and it is spring training, and you are trying to get yourself ready. There will be other days for Griffiths. This will not be, I assure you, this will not be his last opportunity.
And we will see an unusual pitching change here in this spring training game. And Art Howe makes the move. Anderson coming on in relief, but we'll be right back.
Smells good, don't it?
ABC has Shaq and Yao in an NBA Sunday doubleheader. The Rockets take on the Mavericks, followed by the Lakers and the Nets. NBA Sunday beginning at 12:30 Eastern on ABC.
What? Hey, what are you doing up? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't think this is mine, do you? It's Rick's. You know, he loves flavor. He's Mr. Cold Filtered. He's into smoothness. Okay, here's the thing. I have a chance to be really happy with my beer, and I'm taking it. I'm just a man.
Every year, James Ward buys his mom the same old birthday cake. But this year, James switched to Progressive Auto Insurance. And if they can shake things up by letting you compare competitors' rates and over 20 other facts and figures, then maybe he too should swing for the fences. Nice work, James. Think easier. Think Progressive. Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
You know the feeling. Every guy's had it. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. You got that walking on water feeling. You look, they smile. You win, they go home. It's the feeling you get every day with the world's best shave, Mach 3 Turbo. It's like having an angel by your side. Every move is smooth. Every word is cool. I never want to lose that feeling.
24-year-old Jason Anderson comes on for the New York Mets in relief of Griffiths. There's one down. Dodgers still have runners at second and third. Anderson acquired from the New York Yankees last July. That's taken down low and blocked at the plate. He began the season with the Yankees, working out of the bullpen, then went down to Columbus, and then was traded to the Mets, played AAA with the Mets, and then appeared in 6 games with New York at the end of the season. Did not have a record, worked only 10 2/3 innings. Anderson out of the University of Illinois, Big Ten pitcher of the year 2000, bounces that one to the backstop, and a run will score. Well, LaDuca comes across. Encarnacion ends up at third, and the Dodgers have taken a 5-3 lead.
Well, I can assure you that even though Jason Anderson is on this trip, he was not scheduled to pitch. He came as a backup just in case we had an implosion, just like we had from Griffiths. That's how you get your opportunity. But the thing about it, Gary, is if you get an opportunity, especially to pitch in spring training in a big league game, this is the time that you get to show the coaching staff what you can do. Take advantage of it.
One of those rare opportunities. The Mets will move the infield in just to try and hold this runner. Again, something you do in spring training to get time in under game conditions and situations. Wilson hollering out to Anderson here, making sure they Got the signals down. 2 ball, 1 strike count, 1 away. Encarnacion at third. Cabrera, Trammell rather, at the plate. The 8th man to hit this inning. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery. Pops that one up outside of first. Phillips in foul territory, puts it away. Good day for Sean Green, and Kyle's with him.
Sean Green, great day today. A couple hits, great play at first base. You look comfortable out there. How'd you feel?
I felt pretty good. The first day you always feel like a fish out of water, but you get a hit, make a play, and all of a sudden you start getting back to the old form.
Talk about the difference between taking ground balls in practice, BP situation, then what goes on in the game. How different is that, and how much did that first hard-hit ball today kind of make you feel comfortable over there?
It helped me a lot. I mean, not playing any first base to get that first one and make the play. And then as far as at the plate, you know, BP is a lot different than actually facing a live pitcher. So it's a type of thing where you just hope that you haven't forgotten over the winter what you're doing.
Sean, a guy, you've been through plenty of spring trainings. This is the first one at first base. Does this take on a little bit extra meaning? Is it a little bit tougher coming in this year? Do you try to get more things done earlier than generally you would?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working hard and learning a lot. It's the first spring I've come in and, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years where I really am completely learning a whole new aspect of the game. And it's fun, and it's also a big challenge.
Sean Green, great start today. Thanks for joining us. Guys, back to you.
Hey, Kyle, thanks very much. Sean Green getting his day's work in. Cabrera fouls that off.
And I'll say this about Sean Green today. I think it's very important, not only that he had a good day at first base, but the fact that he swung the bat well, because there's got to be somewhere in the back of his mind that says, well, if I'm playing first base, am I still going to be able to swing the bat as well? Is it going to bother me? Am I going to be thinking about it? Well, he's put a lot of things to bed right here on the first day.
Yeah. And you can just tell, makes him feel much better.
He sounded much better right then than he has in a while.
Yeah. Get a hot shot down there and play it cleanly. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way. Cabrera will fight that one off. The second baseman for the Dodgers is going to get maybe a little more playing time here early on than what he might have anticipated. Is Alex Cora with an injury is going to be out for a bit here as far as getting into game conditions. Cora's taking ground balls again, but not ready to play an exhibition game, so Cabrera will maybe get a couple more at bats than he would have otherwise.
I like Cabrera offensively much more than Cora. I don't know that he can play defensively as well, but I think this kid can swing the bat.
And he takes that one to left field. Floyd backing up on it. That wind blowing out, and see you later. Goodbye. Home run. Cabrera delivers a 2 RBI shot. Dodgers have batted around here in the third inning. Get it up into that jet stream. Not that it wasn't hit hard enough anyway.
Well, we saw Cabrera strike out in his first AB. He's got an opportunity to get a chance to vie for that position at second base, and I assure you he wanted to put the ball in play this time.
Griffiths gets charged with 6 of the 7 runs the Dodgers have scored this inning. That home run, the only one that is charged to Jason Anderson. So the base is cleared. 7 runs in here in the third, a 7-3 Dodger lead. And we're back to the pitcher who started this inning out by drawing a walk off Griffiths.
If he walks again, I'm going to get sick.
Not as sick as Art Howell and Rick Peterson.
Gotta be kidding me.
He takes the pitch down low. It is 3-0. We could be in line for a new spring training record.
Bring me a bucket.
A pitcher getting 2 walks in a spring training game in the same inning. We'd look that up for you, but number 1, who cares? And number 2, there is no such record book. That is taken up high. He's done it. 4 pitches. And Lima has walked twice in the inning. So Lima's on again.
Well, nobody can say when this day's over that Lima didn't get his work yet.
That's right. Base running, walks. And he's got a lead to work with.
And you know, on the way back into the locker room after this ball game, he's going to be talking some serious smack about how he started the rally, how he pitched good.
And nobody can do that better than Lima time.
Yes, Lima time.
1 strikeout, 2 down. Roberts, he popped out in the inning and grounded out his first time at bat. So Roberts has taken an 0 for 2 so far. Jason Anderson trying to get out of the inning. That one down the line in right field. They were playing him the other way. Cedeno's got to chase this down. Lima at third is going to be held. Relay throw taken by Reyes. It'll be another double. So he's on with a two-bagger. Dave Roberts has got a mic on for us, so we get a chance to listen in.
Oh, good pitch. Woo-wee. Bubba.
Dave Roberts wearing the mic. He just delivered that double. So he's on at second base. Lima's on at third. Two more in scoring position for the Dodgers, and it's Torres, who drew a walk and scored in the inning, is up.
And you notice when Roberts went back towards right field, when he took his hand motion, he called Bubba to bring him with him. And what he's trying to do is help the other outfielders position themselves around him. And that's what you do if you're a good center fielder. You want to make sure everybody's covering the territory that they're supposed to be covering.
And you know, we had already talked about how that the Dodgers last year, the great pitching that led the majors and couldn't get a base hit. You know what the LA Times and others teams coverage will be with 7 runs in so far for the Dodgers. It may be game 1, but it's still 7 runs.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with surrounding Sean Green with some other people that can swing the bat. We know Sean Green can swing the bat, but if he's the only guy in the lineup that has any fear at all, it's going to be tough on him.
Some pretty good hits today. It's Torres waiting on it, bounces away. That's going to score Lima. That is the second wild pitch delivered by Anderson in the game. Lima scores. It's 8-3. Roberts moves over to third base, and it's Torres has a 2-2 count. And for the Mets, game 1, 2004 exhibition season, it ain't pretty.
And this is really what you're looking for. If you're Art Howe and Rick Peterson, you're looking at young pitchers to see how they handle adverse situations.
It's Torres takes that to right center field. He got a lot of that. Cameron going back. And there's why they got him. He can play center field. Cameron with that wind blowing out hauls it in. It's Torres retired in the inning, but 8 runs in for the Dodgers. And they've got the 8-3 lead. Coming up, about 2.5 hours down the road, Alex Rodriguez getting ready for his debut with the Yankees. We'll talk about A-Rod's impact on the Yankees and on Major League Baseball when we come back to Dodger Town.
ESPN HD. Call your cable operator or satellite provider today.
Let me guess, stuffed French toast down at IHOP.
Yeah, right now at IHOP, it's stuffed French toast. Sweet cream cheese on the inside, creamy whipped topping, and your choice of fruit on the outside. Served with all your favorite stuff right alongside. Stuffed French toast at IHOP. Everybody's packing in just to get a taste. IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy.
Tonight at 7 on ESPN, an ACC clash between number 3 Duke and number 22 Georgia Tech. At 7:30 on ESPN2, Missouri battles Texas Tech. At 9, in their last meeting, Yao Ming had his way. Shaq won't let it happen again. And at 9:30, the Canucks and Avs drop the puck. It's all on ESPN and ESPN2 tonight.
Hi, I'm Lee Corso, and if you've never seen a WGL event, you're in for a great time. There's nothing else like it. The WGL, Worldwide Golf for Pay. Regardless if your handicap is 3 or 33, the WGL offers every golfer the opportunity to play just like the pros. Call now and you'll receive a WGL annual membership, which guarantees entry into a WGL local qualifying event. After that, you could be on your way to the national finals in beautiful Orlando, Florida. You will also receive the WGL membership card, which entitles you to over $3,000 in benefits. These include discounted greens fees for over 2,500 courses nationwide, you'll enjoy all the benefits of the WGL for the low price of only $149. Get off of that couch. Get in the game. Give us a call right now and become a member of the WGL.
Dodgers have the 8-3 lead. Lima's pitching. Oh,
I told you.
that was Lima after he scored on that wild pitch in the last half inning to give the Dodgers the 8-3 lead.
Everybody know I can hit.
Lima, he's something. He's pitching. He's looking for a job. Wigginton is gone, and Lima's got the magic goal. He is amazing. 3 strikeouts for Lima, the 4 hitters that he's faced. Wilson coming up. We talked about A-Rod. New York Yankees getting ready to open up their exhibition season. $252 million contract. He'll move to third base, of course, with Jeter at shortstop. And the Yankees in spring training have been the story, and the Yankees did it again. In the offseason, the biggest story, Major League Baseball, A-Rod, and his acquisition after the Red Sox were unable to complete the deal. That's Wilson, 0-2.
Well, I think when you start looking at all of those things that happened during the offseason, there's got to be a lot of thoughts going through the Red Sox heads that, God, we could have had that day.
Adam Ball, Encarnacion. Red Sox could not complete the deal because they did not have the money. The restructuring of the A-Rod contract was not approved by the Players Association because they said it was going to result in an actual reduction. The Yankees were able to restructure the contract without reducing the money.
And I think in both of those situations with A-Rod and even with Kurt Schilling on the Red Sox side, that was the news that everybody talked about over and over and over again. But I still think that the 2 biggest moves that were made were the move to get Keith Folk to fill that closer spot for the Boston Red Sox, and the fact that the Philadelphia Phillies were able to pull off the trade for Billy Wagner. Both of those spots for both of those ball clubs were absolutely critical. I think that makes the Phillies an absolute contender, not just to win the pennant, but a chance to win the World Series. Now, how would that look in Philadelphia in a new stadium? That'd be pretty wild.
That'd look pretty good if you're from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Red Sox obviously wanting to add to their pitching powers. Broken bat, foul ball, with Schilling coming on board early. That was the first big story in the offseason. And the Yankees, of course, as they constantly do against the Red Sox, find something bigger.
Well, even with the A-Rod trade, and I know that is probably as big a trade as there's ever been in the game. The Boston Red Sox have a great ball club, and they're going to play very well. And we know with the pitching with the Yankees, this is going to be probably as big a war as we've seen up in the East Coast in a long, long time.
Great for baseball fans. 1-2. That one goes off Lima to short and a base hit. So Joe McEwing gets the infield single with 2 down here in the 4th inning. Lima, all right.
And you know that all of the dancing and the antics that Jose Lima has on the mound, anytime that you hit a ball that goes back and hits him, I guarantee you there's about 25 guys sitting in the dugout saying, yeah, take that, pal.
Here's Timo Perez, pinch hitter, right field, not deep. Reyes. That's going to be called off and hauled in by Juan Encarnacion. He's got it, and that's going to do it. 1 hit, 1 left coming up. Small market, big market. The new GM, Los Angeles Dodgers, Paul DePodesta. We'll talk with him now.
Hey, Vivian.
Anna, look, I can go backwards.
Vivian? Honey, are you okay?
Dawn of the Dead. Rated R. Starts March 19th.
I'm Stanley Johnson. I've got a great family. I've got a 4-bedroom house in a great community. Like my car? It's new. I even belong to the local golf club. How do I do it? I'm in debt up to my eyeballs.
Need a smart way to consolidate your debt? At LendingTree.com, you can combine all your separate high-interest charges into one low monthly payment. Call 1-800-737-6216.
I can barely pay my finance charges.
Right now, you can take advantage of home equity rates as low as 3.75%, and your interest may be tax deductible.
Somebody help me.
Come to LendingTree.com, where banks compete and you choose the loan that's right for you. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com. Call 1-800-737-6216.
My technique when I get in the batter's box is to dig in, pull the pant legs up. I try to point the bat to center field, knock the dirt off, and try to look real mean. What do you think of that?
Major League Baseball Charities is a proud partner of Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
Now I want to teach you about Pine Tar.
Through programs like RBI and Rookie League, they bring baseball and softball to kids around the world.
Don't be afraid of the ball.
Together, they create a positive place for kids.
There you go, my man. All right, buddy.
I think he's got a fan for life.
Thanks, Izzy.
I think he does now.
Dave Roberts with a gesture for a young fan watching our spring training game. Great to have you with us here on ESPN. Gary Thorne, Jeff Brantley, Kyle Peterson joining you here from Dodgertown. First game of the season, exhibition season for these two teams, and a young man is probably won't sleep tonight, but when he does,
he's going to sleep with that bat.
Yes, he is. Guaranteed. Well, we were talking about acquisitions for clubs. How about this one, Jeff? As Braden Looper comes on as the closer for the Mets this year.
I thought that was a great acquisition. I think that Looper really made some great strides in his ability to pitch last year. But as Jack McKeon, as they got closer, the Marlins I'm talking about, got closer to the playoffs and Urbina was available, they made that move. And anytime that you have a chance to advance in the playoffs and have a chance to win the World Series, you take that over the advancement of a young player or a young pitcher. And that's what they did.
Beltre up, hard shot out of the reach of McEwing, base hit. Cameron coming over to get it will hold him to a single. The Beltre's had 2 singles and a walk. And a new member of the Los Angeles Dodgers front office is with Kyle.
Guys, with Paul DePodesta, new general manager of this Los Angeles Dodgers club. Paul, you come from Oakland, obviously a small market situation. Now in LA, a large market situation. Does that change your approach at all, or you try to keep things essentially the same?
Well, I think more than anything else, it opens up a whole world of opportunities that really didn't exist for us. You know, when I was in Oakland, the whole player population is now available to us. You know, which is pretty exciting. But I think there's some, there's some fundamentals or foundation that I gained in Oakland that'll definitely remain the same. But I think we have greater opportunities here because of our resources.
We've got a chance to see Jose Lima today, one of your non-roster invitees in so far. What's your impression of him so far, and what's his chances of breaking with this ball club?
Well, he's definitely flamboyant. There's no question about that. Fortunately, we have a lot of starting pitching depth. We have a great foundation of pitching just in general. It's the strength of this club, was the strength last year, and I think it's going to be our strength again this year. He looked real good today, but it's great to have a guy like that in camp who has his kind of big league experience and big game experience. So it certainly helps that depth.
You talk about the strength of your ball club being the pitching. Could pitching potentially be something that you use to get another right-handed bat to really strengthen this lineup?
It might have to be. Like I said, I mean, that's certainly our area of depth, and it's a position that's a position of need for a lot of clubs out there. So we do need some more offense, despite the 8th spot that we already put on the board here today. We'd like to add some more offense to this club, and that might be the way we have to do it.
Well, you take this job in February. Is it more difficult getting a job in February? Do you feel like you can't do as much this year as potentially you would if you had the entire offseason?
Sure. I mean, the free agents were basically gone by the time I got the job. But that being said, I think there are a lot of things that were going on here in the last couple of years that helped set up the foundation of this organization. The scouting department, the player development department have done a great job of, providing us a foundation of young players that we're already starting to see the impact. I mean, a guy like Edwin Jackson, this year should make our big league club, or certainly has a good chance to. But having those guys here certainly makes my job a lot easier, and doesn't make me panic as much because I got the job in February.
One of the guys that fought injuries last year, David Roberts, having a good day today. Just gave a bat away to a young kid. You're going to take that out of his meal money, or we're going to let that slide today?
I don't know. I'll have to find out from David whether or not there are any hits left in that bat. If there were, I might have to fine him for it. We'll bring it up in kangaroo court. That's for sure.
Sounds good. Paul DePodesta, GM of the Dodgers. Thanks for joining us.
Not at all. My pleasure.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks very much, Kyle. We wish him well as he takes over running the Dodgers.
Well, I think he's definitely got his work cut out for him. I think he's got a core group of pitchers that can help him a little bit, but as Kyle asked him, can you use some of these younger pitchers to make a move for a right-hander? Well, sometimes those are moves that you have to make, but you've got to make sure that that is the correct right-hander for the makeup of this ball club.
You saw that hit by James Loney, a non-roster invitee, an A-ball player here at Vero last year. He stung that ball to get the RBI, bringing Bell home. Bell went on to run for Beltre. So the Dodgers have extended it to 9-3 now with a runner at second base, nobody out against Braden Looper, the Mets closer this year. 9 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers.
There are some schools of thought that suggest that you bring your closer in early in the ball game in spring training, just let him get his work and let him get out of there, not in a closing situation. When I was closing, I preferred to pitch at the end of the ball game because it just continued to help me stay in that same mode over and over and over again. Each guy's different. Each manager's different.
That one drilled to center field. Cameron there. He's got that one. And the runner will stay at second base. Ball hit hard by LaDuca. He's retired. 0 for 2 and a walk, and a run scored for LaDuca on the day.
The way that I look at it, Gary, is if I'm the closer and I know that sooner or later I'm going to have to face these Dodgers more than one time, I don't want to be facing their regular lineup right now. I don't care what I'm trying to work on. I don't want to be facing them right now. I would rather them face me the least amount of times possible, whether it's during the season or spring training or whenever it is.
Dodgers leaving most of their starters in here through 4 innings to get at bats, the regulars. We are delighted to have you with us here at Dodger Town. Holman Stadium is the site, Vero Beach, Florida. The first of our broadcasts of Major League Baseball, including the exhibition season. Along with Jeff Brantley and Kyle Peterson, I'm Gary Thorne, and our crew here on a partly cloudy day, but a beautiful spring day here at Vero Beach with a 9-3 Dodger lead. That's going to be a base hit into left field, and Canesion got it. Chance for a play. Floyd's throw to the plate to let it go. Wilson there, not in time. So Loney scores. You hear the big hand because a lot of the fans here are Vero Beach fans for the A-ball team, and they've seen Loney play last year. A big hand, and it is a 10-3 lead. Floyd's throw not in time to get him.
This ball was not hit very hard by Encarnacion. It looked like Floyd got a good jump on the ball, but with that ankle, I think that ankle is still bothering him from last year, and trying to get in on that ball as fast as he possibly could. I think that's about all he's got to get in to get that ball. He made a perfect throw. It was right on the money. He just couldn't get to the ball fast enough.
He will come out of the game, and Canesion will, and Franklin Gutierrez will come on to run for him at first base. So now the Dodgers will begin to make the changes in their lineup with a 10-3 lead. 10 hits off Met pitching, and Looper not having much luck. 4 Dodgers face, 2 runs, a double, 2 singles, and with only 1 away and a runner at first base. Robert Trammell at the plate. Franklin Gutierrez, pretty good lead over there. Jason Phillips holding the bag. Got jammed, it fouls it off for a strike.
And if you look around, and Bubba Trammell is one of those guys that, as we heard Podesta talking about, he could be a guy that could play left field for these guys, but he's got to swing the bat and he's got to hit the ball with some authority, especially early in spring training, or that move's going to be made.
That's why decisions are being made constantly, even from day 1 in spring training by these clubs. Pitch is taken away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trammell virtually disappeared off the Yankee radar last year. I mean, he was somebody that looked as though he was going to get some games in and play a little bit start of the year, and then was just gone, and had to find a new home. So now trying to find a job here with the Dodgers. Broken bat, ground ball, foul, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Trammell, it has always been a battle. Hoffman takes the tip of the cap down there at third base. Gave the fan a baseball. See what he did with the Yankees last year. And in fairness to him, not a lot of opportunities.
No, I think Bubba Trammell can swing the bat. It's just a matter of, you play left field, they expect you to hit 35, 40 home runs, and I don't know that Trammell is going to be the answer to that. And for the Dodgers right now, they've got to have somebody that can create fear in that lineup and create some protection for Sean Green.
Throw over to get the runner back, and also a chance for Looper to have a chance to throw over. We're talking about when a reliever should come in an exhibition game. Interesting, Jeff, the discussion, Moneyball, the book, and the discussions it generated about whether or not relievers ought to be brought into a ball game a whole lot earlier than the general rule of you wait to the 9th inning, nobody out. That it's one of the most ineffective times to bring a reliever in. That you should bring your best pitcher out of the bullpen in maybe the 7th, maybe the 8th, when you're in a jam, when guys are on and the game's going to be decided right now.
Well, that would be all fine and good if they paid you for that.
Oh, that one right back to the mound. He avoided the barrel of the bat. Reyes, a quick throw. Whoa. How about that turn at second base? McEwing and he got crossed. Reyes ended up taking it. It looked like there was no way he was going to turn too. But I mean, he got rid of that ball in less than a heartbeat. Watch the 20-year-old second baseman. Oof, gotcha.
Back in the day, the only people who were summoned in such an urgent manner were your super-powered heroes. And even then, the special call went out only if the planet Earth was on the brink of disaster. So what's today's crisis? We're out of eggs, dear. There is an arch villain named technology on the loose, and it's trying to steal our high life.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Brake lights, headlights, get the tools to do it right. Spark plugs, timing chains, do your own oil change. Water pumps, fuel pumps, antifreeze and expertise around the town, built for speed. AutoZone's got what you need. Carburetors, fuel injectors, manual or automatic, V8, V6, there's nothing we can't help you fix.
For the parts, supplies, and advice to keep your car running right, there's no better place than AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I gotta call my dad. The man just got unseated. Hey, Dad? Yeah, it's T. Yeah, I just had a burger at Sonic, and it's the best burger I ever had. Yeah, better than yours. But it's no reflection on you as a man. Dad?
Fresh, made to order. Sonic does it, others don't. It's Sonic good.
Shaving is like football. Defense is the name of the game. Neutrogena Razor Defense Shave Gel. I wouldn't shave without it. Neutrogena Razor Defense.
Campbell's Chunky Soup in microwavable bowls. With big chunks of meat and veggies to fill you up right. Wherever, whenever, make it Campbell's instead.
I know we had something special before, but...
Ricky Bell remains in the game at third base. He pinch ran.
Welcome back as the Dodgers have a 10-3 lead. We go to the 5th inning with lots of changes now. Kita has come out of the bullpen for the Yankees. This is player born in Tokyo, Japan, who's been around the majors over the last 3 seasons with the Detroit Tigers and the Dodgers. 35-year-old veteran, though. Last year with LA, appearing in 3 games here. He played for Las Vegas, where he worked both as a starter and a reliever, and had been with the Detroit Tigers in '99 and 2000, working out of the bullpen. Masao Kita on in relief as Jose Lima worked a couple of very strong innings. He gave up only 1 hit, struck out 3. Easy play at first base. Loney makes it, and there's one away. Want to remind you, NCAA basketball coming your way, doubleheader. It'll be Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. Duke is atop the ACC. Number 22, Georgia Tech. I'd like to have something to say about that. That'll be coming up along with NBA basketball. Yao and Shaq. Fourth head-to-head confrontation. That'll be available on ESPN HD at 9 o'clock Eastern time. That's all coming up on Wednesday.
You know, my boys are playing pretty good right now.
Your boys are?
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. The old tourney's not far away.
We've only lost 2 games.
Pretty darn good. St. Joe's, of course.
St. Joe, not my boys.
I understand that. They are, however, undefeated. Reyes at the plate here with 1 down, nobody on. And the bouncer, Coyle Hill, is now working behind the plate as LaDuca's come out of there. So he gets a good black and blue. Oh, they love these spring training games when they're wearing the equipment. There's never enough of it. Bouncing balls. Always find a piece of skin just underneath. That one into right field, and that is caught. What a catch made out in right field. Gutierrez, who just came into the ball game the last half inning.
That's a great play by Gutierrez, diving. That's a tough play, not only to be able to dive and get to that baseball, but diving backhanded and still be able to hold onto that baseball.
Beautiful catch made. Franklin Gutierrez, heart beating. He's checking.
Tell you whose heart's beating is Keita's heart's beating right now.
He was looking at Rowan in center field, showing him how his heart was beating. So there are 2 down and nobody on. Dodgers up here in the Mets up rather here in the 5th inning, and the Dodgers up in the game 10-3. Floyd has had an RBI double and scored a run. Mets jumped out with 3 runs in the 1st inning to take the lead, with the Dodgers with an 8-run 3rd inning. They've added a couple more to that in the 4th and lengthened this lead in this first spring training game. Keita with a 2-0 delivery to Floyd, loops that one out towards right center field. Late break, and another diving catch. Ruan makes it. And coming over is Gutierrez to go. Yeah, see what you learn when you watch me play right. Not bad. Couple of the prospects for the Dodgers, Gutierrez in right and Ruan in center, make sparkling defensive catches for a pitcher who goes, see, had it covered.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis Care package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
Do you have a map?
I gave you a map.
No, you didn't. I never.
Yes, I did. You know that I was leaving you a check.
I never got it.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay. If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. The Avis Care Package.
Thanks.
Give us a call.
What's hot at Gateway? It's our M305CS notebook with the mobile Intel Pentium 4 processor M. And right now it comes with a free DVD burner upgrade for just $999.99. So it's easy and affordable to burn home movies and photos to DVD to share with family and friends. Plus, the M305CS comes with 256 megs of RAM, so you can do just about anything, anywhere for under $1,000. Call today to pick up the hot M305CS with free DVD burner upgrade.
This body is made by Bowflex. I'm 47 years old, and this is a real Bowflex body. The Bowflex is the best piece of equipment I've ever owned.
The quality of the Bowflex is excellent. I really use it, and I really enjoy it.
The quality of the machine, I mean, it's just great. We can't beat it.
Everyone should own a Bowflex. It's no gimmick, it's no joke. You want a bodybuilder physique, you gotta work out like a bodybuilder. And with the Bowflex, you can do that.
Discover the quality that makes Bowflex America's favorite home gym. Call or visit us online today.
With DirecTV pay-per-view, you get more than just the newest movies on television. With up to 60 titles a month in digital quality picture and sound, you never need to rewind or return them. And with the DirecTV DVR, you can watch, pause, and rewind your pay-per-view movie whenever it suits you. Tune to Channel 105 for a complete list of titles or sign on to our website. DirecTV pay-per-view. Entertainment has never been so convenient.
The Dodgers have the 10-3 lead as you take a look at the veteran John Franco, 43 years old, New York born and raised, Staten Island, the second all-time leading save man with 424. He has had some injury-plagued seasons, did not play in 2002. Last year Had to go through a rehabilitation. Ended up in 38 games with the Mets. But John Franco is back.
You know, there's going to be a lot of controversy as Johnny continues to pitch for the New York Mets, because there's some way, some fashion or form that they're going to, that the New York media is going to make it where, why are you taking up the space of where a kid could be? Well, let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, John Franco has earned it, and he deserves to be out there. As long as he can continue to get people out and pitch productively for the New York Mets, so be it. Give him that number 45.
You have to produce. Cabrera got a hold of that one to center field way back, and another one. Goodbye home run. First pitch from Franco. Cabrera drills it, his second home run of the day. He had a 2 RBI homer in the 3rd inning. He gets another one here in the 5th, and the Dodgers lead at 11-3.
When you're swinging the bat like that, that's how you earn yourself a second baseman spot.
And then some.
The Dodgers need offense. You see Johnny balls up in the strike zone. And today, all you got to do is get that ball up in the air towards left field. Kiss it goodbye.
Balls are really flying out of here with that wind brisk today, with the flags on field and blowing out to either straightaway center or all the way out to left field. Joe Thurston out of Fairfield, California, lives in Vallejo now with the Dodgers last year. Got in some playing time with a big club, was in Las Vegas, where he hit .290 in 132 games, 7 home runs, 68 RBIs, playing in Las Vegas. Thurston, a 1-1 delivery to him. Franco's pitch taken outside, left-handed hitter in the number 9 spot for the moment. The Dodgers now have collected 11 runs on 11 hits in this ball game, including 3 home runs. That one's taken for a strike. Cabrera with 2 long balls, leading the Dodgers in that department. I don't care if it is the first day of spring training and the first exhibition game for these teams. Putting up these offensive numbers, they got to feel good. Phillips may have actually got a piece of that, but it bounced off and into right field. That'll go as a base hit for Thurston. And can you believe it's Lima time again, Carl?
No. Great job on the mound. 2 walks. You can run the bases a little bit too. You don't have to do any running tonight. You got it done on the field.
I know. It feels great, at least, to be in spring training. I work hard in the off season to to get my body in shape, and so far it's paying off.
Talk about last season. You opened with the Newark Bears. No spring training last year. No formal spring training last year. Great season with Kansas City. How is it to be back in spring training with a Major League Ball club?
Well, last year, I'm not going to say I humiliated myself, but going to the Newark Bears in Jersey, it was great for me, just to bring back the good memories. I went up there. I worked hard. I told myself you have to stay here until June or July, and I did it. I worked hard. I got a phone call in June. Went to Kansas City, win 8 in a row. It was a great feeling. And now this year, I'm here in spring training. Even though I'm a minor league invited, but it feels great at least to be in the Dodgers uniform.
Talk about how you threw the ball today. You look great out there. Obviously, the enthusiasm's there. The groin looks 100%. Is it? And how's your arm?
Well, no, groin is 100%. Arm is okay. I never have arm problem. The thing is about me that I probably lose my concentration, my focus, because the thing that happened to me in Detroit the last couple of years. But different staff right here, different coaches, they're helping me a lot. It's been great, man. It's been terrific so far. I just gotta keep working hard every day and give the best I can.
Jose and Lima, congratulations. Nice start today, guys. It is Lima time again, this time in LA.
He's exciting. He adds. There's no question he adds. And if he's effective as a player, he can be a real entertainer in a lot of other ways for fans and teammates. Hernandez up.
I can't imagine Jose Lima being in a Dodger uniform, simply because all the years that I played for the San Francisco Giants, playing our rival, the Dodgers were always nice and reserved, and the uniforms were put on nice and crisp. And I just can't imagine Jose Lima doing the Lima time spin on the mound in that Dodger uniform.
Making a shot. He had a pretty good day today. The couple of innings worked, 1 hit and 3 strikeouts in his first appearance for the Dodgers. Non-rostered player, of course. Runner on at first base. Franco working on the toss over, and a pretty good one right there. Ed Montague, first base umpire, making the call. Hernandez getting his first chance at the plate. Jose Hernandez who was working at shortstop. Hernandez with a lot of major league games last year in a lot of different places with Pittsburgh, Chicago, Colorado. So that pitch down low. Hernandez on the non-roster invitee list of the Dodgers. So these are some of the players who will get a good deal of playing time if the Dodgers really want to take a look for some bench strength. And if there are injuries. 1-1 delivery. Franco's throttled back on him. 1-2.
The one thing about Hernandez is he can play shortstop. He's not going to hurt you there. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but he's going to strike out 150, 180 times. And, you know, for a middle infielder, you've got to have some other production throughout your lineup to be able to withstand that. And I don't know that the Dodgers have that at this point.
He just piles up Ks at a record level. That one chopped and fouled off. He really has to learn, if he wants to hang on, to have some patience at the plate, which he's not had.
Well, I love to have a shortstop, especially a middle infielder, that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. It gives you a place where you have power in a place that you may not normally have power. But my goodness, striking out 180 times, I can't take that.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Thurston on at first base. Franco's delivery turned it over, misses outside with it. 2 ball, 2 strike count. John Franco will be a setup man for the New York Mets this season if needed. Could come on in relief as a left-handed closer, of course, but Looper's got the job as closer, and Franco will work in the 6, 7, 8 inning range. Strike on the inside corner, and Hernandez goes down looking. 2 down.
Well, this is perfect Johnny Franco right here. He lulls you to sleep on that changeup away from you, and then he comes right back on the inside corner, painting the inside corner with that fastball. And regardless of how hard it is, when you're looking away, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, right on the inside corner, you can forget about it.
That one is taken on the bounce inside. Bell getting an opportunity at the plate as Bell came on in the last half inning and is working at third base. Defensive replacement with change made with Beltry coming out of there. 2 down, runner on at first. 11 runs, 12 hits for the Dodgers on the board.
Ricky, David, Gus, Buddy.
Bell.
You got it. That's a legacy for you.
Long line of players. Last year played at Las Vegas. He hit .294. 5 homers, 49 RBIs for him. 66 strikeouts, 16 walks for Bell. And playing at third base today. Coming off the bench. He's got a base hit into left field. So Bell is on, and the Dodgers just continue to pile up the hits here in their opening exhibition game. Number 13 on the ball game. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Loney has already delivered an RBI double. It came in the 5th inning. He came off the bench. Thurston, a lead runner out there at second base. So Loney gets a chance again. There are the Vero Beach numbers. A ball. Playing right here, and he was immediately recognized by the Vero Beach fans when he came on to play at first base. Good size. Big kid who hit the ball hard his first time up. It'll rocket.
Maybe a little different this time facing John Franco, facing that left-hander instead of that fireballer Looper.
He's only 19 years old. Out of Houston, Texas. This is going to be his 3rd year of professional baseball. Really young player, highly rated. Baseball America had him listed as one of the best pure hitters. Now you see why. He's got one to right field. Throw's going to come in to the plate and not in time. Boy, if he hits like that consistently, look out. Loney's got an RBI and a single and a double in 2 at-bats as Thurston came around to score the 12th run for the Dodgers.
How old did you say he was? 19.
And you can hear it, huh? When he hits the ball, you can hear it. There's a difference with guys who hit the ball on the button.
Well, the one thing that I recognize is that he keeps his head still when he's swinging the bat, and for a young hitter that doesn't happen very often. Usually their body's moving a little bit, get a little anxious, especially in a ball game like this, but he's very confident at the plate, and you can see it in his swing.
He was on the Baseball America first All-American high school team. He came right out of high school to play professional baseball. Hit .371 at Great Falls in 2002 in his first pro action, and .276 at Vero Beach last year. Name to remember. Good screwball. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Dodgers have added another 2 runs here in the 5th inning. Take the 12-3 lead in the game. Coyle Hill came on for Paul LaDuca. He is doing the catching now. LaDuca scored a run, went 0 for 2 at the plate, and a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
If you're gonna be successful against Johnny Franco from the right side, you've got to look for the ball middle away and guard against the pitch in. Foul the ball off on the pitch that's inside and try to drive the ball that's away. If you don't, you're going to swing before the ball ever gets there. That screwball he throws looks like a Bugs Bunny pitch sometimes.
Really tails away. You can see it if you're behind home plate. If you're looking at from center field, though, the movement on it when it's on.
It looks like it stops.
Whoa, holy moly! It backs up and then moves away from you. Hill last year with the Dodgers played for 3 games, AAA, hit .314. Franco, though, gets it. And Hill is retired, but a couple of runs in. 2 left on. Matsui is the new shortstop for the New York Mets. Art Howe's the manager. When we come back, we'll have a chance to see them both.
Campbell's Chunky Soup in microwavable bowls with big chunks of meat and veggies to fill you up right. Wherever, whenever, make it Campbell's instead.
Let me guess, stuffed French toast down at IHOP.
Yeah, right now at IHOP, it's stuffed French toast. Sweet cream cheese on the inside, creamy whipped topping, and your choice of fruit on the outside. Served with all your favorite stuff right alongside. Stuffed French toast at IHOP. Everybody's packing in just to get a taste. IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy.
They're everywhere. Beautiful widescreen high-definition televisions struck down in the prime of their careers by an utter lack of HD programming. With your help, we can put millions of HD TVs back to work. Now you can subscribe to Voom. Over 100 channels of great entertainment with more than 30 channels in stunning high definition. Over 3 times more HD programming than any other cable or satellite provider. Just the thing to keep those HD TVs pretty busy. And if you call 1-866-840-VOOM today, you can get all the monthly programming Voom has to offer at an unbelievably low price. Plus, get Voom with absolutely no upfront cost and free installation. So call 1-866-840-VOOM today and subscribe to Voom. Fire up your HD TV with the most HD programming available anywhere, because an HD TV without Voom is just a TV.
I know we had something special before, but this has got more flavor. You can't say you didn't see this coming.
Dodgers with the 12-3 lead. A great day for fans here at Dodger Town and all around Florida and Arizona as the exhibition season begins. So many people build their vacations around the spring training games and an opportunity to watch them year after year. And it is great fun. You love baseball, you love spring training, and for the youngsters, as close as they can get to players comes during the spring training time. Rick White is the new pitcher. Former New York Met. Jason Phillips at the plate. Mets offense has been very limited. 3 runs on 6 hits in the game, and all the runs came in the first. White is a non-roster invitee for the Dodgers. Another player looking for a job, 35-year-old veteran. Jammed him, got it popped up towards left field. Easy play there on the haul in. Let's go down and see what's going on. Kyle, who you got?
Here with Kaz Matsui, the new shortstop of the New York Mets. Kaz, Finger injury earlier last week. Talk about how hard it is this time to watch this game as opposed to play in this game.
先週怪我をしてしまって、本来であったら試合に出てるはずだったんですが、やっぱりそのベンチから見てるその辛さっていうものを教えてください。
非常にね、この雰囲気、非常にそのいい雰囲気の中で自分もその一緒に参加できないということは非常に残念ですけど、今回こういう形でもね、しっかりと試合を見させてもらえたということが非常に良かったとは思っています。
Well, it's very unfortunate that I can't play and under this great sun and in this great atmosphere, and I really am sorry for that. But you know, it's a great opportunity for me to check out the game and see it live.
Kaz, how excited are you for that first game in New York, your chance to really be on the big stage? And how excited are you as well to be playing with Jose Reyes as your second baseman?
開幕戦がニューヨークで、あるんですが、それに向けてのその興奮、感動というものを教えてください。なおかつそのホセとのコンビネーションというものの楽しさというもの。
これはもうね、多分自分はその開幕とかもう本当に初めての経験だし、多分想像つかないぐらい興奮するんじゃないかなと。それぐらい今からでもだからそのためにやっぱりこのオープン戦で、しっかりとその結果を残して本当にいい形で開幕に入りたいと。それとやっぱりね、ホセとレースと一緒にするということは非常にスピードがあり、取ってからも当然速いし、肩も強いし、その練習をねいつもこう重ねていることにこうお互いがこうコミュニケーションが少しずつ取れてくるのが非常に楽しいと。
Well, I will be super excited. Obviously, it's going to be my first experience having an opening game in the United States. I'm very excited for that. I don't know. I can't really imagine how exciting it would be. And you know, I would like to do well in the opening game. I mean, in the preseason games. You know, so I can build up to that. And working with Jose, it's just great. He's got so much speed. He's got quick hands. He's got a great arm. And just working with him, you know, through the spring training, I've been building communication with him, and I'm very, very excited to be in the combination up the middle with him.
All right, Kaz, thanks for joining us. Good luck. Thanks for taking the time. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, thanks very much. He's 28 years old. He's a 7-time All-Star in Japan. He is the first Japanese infielder to sign a major league with a major league team, and he's got some great speed, great foot movement around that bag at second base. A 309 career hitter in the years he played in Japan. He comes with impressive numbers.
Well, you heard Duquette talking about the first order of business was improving the middle of this defense on this ball club, and putting him at shortstop, and putting Reyes at second base, and putting Gold Glover Cameron in center field. That pretty much does it right there.
That should be a vast improvement defensively. We've seen Mike Cameron already haul one in center field here in this exhibition game in a fine catch. 2 down, nobody on. Rick White getting the first 2 he's faced. 3-ball, 2-strike count here. Wigginton has had a double and has struck out. Takes that one in the air to left center field. That gets up into the jet stream, and see you later. Goodbye, home run. Out into the trees. Wigginton delivers, and it's a 12-4 Dodger lead. Players always love getting the ball in the air in spring training games, and you see why with the home runs that we've seen clocked out here today.
Oh, yeah, this is the great day to pitch right here. The wind blowing dead out about 100 miles an hour. Hang one in the middle of the zone. They hit it over the scoreboard.
Mercy. Out there where fans used to sit. That's a base hit. Vance Wilson, the catcher for the Mets. So he gets his first hit in 3 at-bats today. And with 2 down, the Mets have a run in and a runner on. Vance Wilson wearing a mic. Let's listen in.
We got 1-2 wiggle. 1-3 wiggle. 1-3 wiggle. Come on, baby.
And what they're talking about there is when you have a runner at second base, you're trying to make sure that the runner at second base doesn't pick up the signs. When you say 1-3 wiggle, well, what that means is I'm going to be 1-3 wiggle, and then whatever the next sign is what the sign is, what your shine is going to throw. After that wiggle, that's what you pick up.
And with these pitchers, a lot of time they've not had the catcher. Pitchers have not had a lot of time to work together. With Vance being at the major league level all the time, and many of these pitchers who we'll catch here in the exhibition season, having played mostly in the minors. 0-1 delivery, 2 down runner at first base. McEwing. Good stop made by Hill.
Most of the time you have, instead of 1-2-3, You use a 1 for a fastball, a 2 for a curveball, 3 is a slider, and then you wiggle for a split or a changeup. That's how you use it. And then if you've got a guy at second base, and sometimes you'll use second sign, or you'll use the outs to determine what the pitch is going to be.
McEwing not happy with that one as he put it out to right field. Gutierrez is there, puts it away, and the Mets are retired. They get a